What's your name?
My name is Sara Koch.
What do you do?
I'm a casting director in New York, and I started my own company out of Ithaca College while I was studying there about 10 years ago.
What do you cast? Theater?
Some theater. I do as well as movies and TV.
You have this challenge that you do every year.
Yep.
What's it called?
31 plays in 31 days. I got the idea originally from my friend Betsy Hoggs because she had it on her Facebook, and then I stole it from her.
And
She's the only person I know who does it also.
how long have you been doing 31 days and 31 plays?
At least 3 years, and all of them are still in our living room. Accumulated quite a collection.
How do you decide what plays you want to read?
I go to drama bookshop usually, which is, headquarters for the plays. And they have the staff recommendations and they have the newly released stuff. And I usually pick out what appeals to me throughout the year from there. And by the end of the year, there's usually at least 30 or so plays left over that I haven't even gotten to. So it gave me a good reason to actually go through it.
How do you decide what plays to read?
So I decide what plays to read because I try to include certain things, certain genres and certain playwrights. I try to at least read one Shakespeare that I haven't previously been introduced to. So not anything that was in a high school curriculum or college curriculum. I try to include something more along the lines of Marlowe or a lesser known from the same period, as well as some contemporary and some musicals. And I used to also include some operas as well.
So what's your favorite type of play to read? Musicals, straight plays, dramas, comedies?
Musicals are a little difficult because sometimes you get the best. You get really interesting concepts, and the show doesn't necessarily match the album, the concept recording, whatever the play or version you get was originally published as. So I find that that's a little bit challenging. But I like plays a lot, and I also love seeing musicals performed and sometimes going back after they're performed and actually going through it in a way that you can't in the moment or read through the script.
What are some plays that you're looking forward to reading this time around?
Well, there's the roller derby play, which by Gina, that I'm really excited about, as well as How to Destroy an American Girl doll, which was written by my cousin, my first cousin, Jan Rosenberg. And she sent it to me, and it was surprisingly good. And I am surprised that it's not published. As well as Titus Andronicus, which I've never gotten to, because they don't tend to assign that in a high school curriculum, surprisingly. There's two pieces by Tom Stoppard and Philip Ridley that I'm really excited about, because for some reason there is something about the way that Philip Ridley worked and a monologue that I particularly liked from his last year that made me want to read another play of his this year.
And you bought all these plays at the drama bookshop?
Yup, and I actually got a lot of them signed at the drama bookshop too, because it's like the only place where you can find everything, and all the playwrights go there, all the Broadway stars go there. It's where everyone's picking up their scripts between Pearl Studios and Ripley Greer and everything.
So you know there's talks of a new drama bookshop opening in the fall sometime.
Yes, thank God.
Is there one thing you would like the new drama bookshop to have that the old one didn't? Or is there something that you'd like them to keep that the old one did?
If they could keep their staff, that would be ideal. Like, they had some of the Adam and Stu and Freddie and Marcus and Chester, the dog. He was really, really important too. Some of the were probably the most important part besides the inventory to making that place work. And it's hard to imagine it working as well without certain people there. And I don't know what I'd want them to have that they didn't have, so much as there are concepts that you want to see published that just haven't been yet. Like, I'd love to see, and also there are certain things that they and in general shops just can't carry. Like most of the things that are licensed by Musical Theater International and certain groups of musicals that are current or being played currently or aren't published yet that you wish you could pick up after seeing it. But that's a realistic, I wish they published or that they made this stuff available thing over an inventory. They just didn't order it, kind of.
Well, that's it for now.
Cool.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything you'd like to say, go away, or promote? I don't know.
I would just promote, for people who ask me, I would promote reading as many plays as you can, no matter what part of the theater you're in. For actors, this is usually, I find scenes and monologues that I later refer and use as sides from plays that I study in this amount of time. It's a great exercise from figuring out what recently came out and what classical monologues you didn't know you could relate to. For playwrights, it's a great way of figuring out different writing styles from different time periods. I just feel like anyone in the artistic community actually could gain from knowing a little bit more about the productions and the designs and the writing that's out there.